Amen. I will Ndigbo na Malaysia. I go to the now also never have my talk. No, I got in there. Papa, I can lead you. When I see that I had Jesus. The guy never not what my way is delay Ndigbo na Malaysia. Papa, Yeni Mani Alo Yabu Atutia, Oblivion of a line. What I call what I Jesus. Amen. My father was shopping kind of when I met you, Papa. I am dealing with fire. When I bear the body, you should go and I come to Jesus. Amen. When I have to provide you, I get Papa. Then I was here. You know, Lord, you put no lower card, the kind of daily creature. Papa. Now you is never when I see motivated. One day. I want to magic with Matana Jesus. When I was a night on Nigeria, she ever looked at Jesus. On weekend, I've been Ndigbo na Malaysia, Jesus. Abateli lady, Nabana Ndigbo na Malaysia, Jesus. But when I was saying, Ikaino, Chiano, I can now, and I Amen.
Igbo, where's your Can we do a video from our last general meeting? The opening prayer was said by Apple, and the last general meeting minutes was read by the acting secretary general, while Chukwuemeka moved the motion for the adoption of the last meeting minutes and was seconded by Kanayo, adopted. The acting president began his speech by thanking all present members, informing them on many visitations made after our last general meeting. He also informed members that if they follow up and keep track record of our Facebook, they can see how well and how far visitation and activities has been moving so far. He spoke on the diverse tribes, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, residing in Malaysia, and that when it comes to the Igbos, we are still yet to possess our rights and status here in Malaysia. For example, when other tribes gather together for their functions, they are more coordinated, but when it comes to the Igbos, which have the bigger rights and supposed to have more coordination, we are supposed to be given preference, which the reverse is the case. The acting president spoke on how illustrious and hardworking the Igbos have contributed to the growth of diasporic trade and activities by foreigners in Malaysia, business, shops, offices, families, kids, etc., etc. He also spoke on the genesis of a problem that over 15 years ago when he arrived in Malaysia, things were quite different from now. While he moved to Puchong, staying at Puchong, names like Makjo staying at Kepong. He spoke on a person called Ben Nok, who was among the first #1 genuine businessmen that owned a warehouse in Malaysia. While Ben Nok was lucky to be part of the Ben Nok group of companies, as at then, that was the only place known for loading of containers which took place. Stone Cold was another known name at Cheras, while he was as at long time ago then. Makjo was using business pass granted to him by the Malaysian government, but he failed to regularize his business pass usage and finally figured out how tough things began to change from the Malaysian Immigration Department due to invalue and jeopardization of opportunity been given to him from the authorities as a foreigner, in bracket, in an Africa. He spoke on how Ogbuefi Club was started and it began and the impact of the club. While he was invited by their president, Ikenga, he spoke on the occasion. He was happy by what he saw at the event. But presently, the Ogbuefi is now divided into various sections and sectors. As well, Ohaneze is also divided into fractions presently. He made a call to Kepong, so he was informed that some group of people were arrested by the police, while those that are invalid will face removal or deportations. He spoke on the need for every members to be careful irrespective of their social and living activities and lifestyle here in Malaysia. He threw more light into when in the past, when he arrived in Malaysia, the rapport with the foreign African students and the Malaysian police authority was second to none. Students had courage. Second to none. Students had courage to meet policemen on uniform and ask for support and assistance while their study allowance was yet to be sent or received by their parents that sent from Africa, and most received little help and were welcomed by the uniformed men, which they were friendly to. But now, on the present day, due to the situation of the country, an Igbo man or a student finds it fearful to approach a uniformed man for food or drink. Talk more of exchanging pleasantries. He spoke on the registration of Igbo Union presently, over 75% on progress, which that at the moment we only need to couple the 7 executives which shall endorse and submit documentation for registration. Their wife's information, IC, photocopies will be needed as well. Their valid passports and resident permit, and all other documents will be submitted in accordance to the rules of the country. And also, all will be verified by the appropriate authorities. So far, work in progress regards the registration of Igbo Union Malaysia. Igbo Kwenu!
Yeah.
The acting president said for the first time that a senior police officer had the word Igbo was as a result of the awareness being created by the Igbo Union. And various questions was thrown to him if we had a private hall in question mark. If we accept payment for registration, he replied no. And also, hopefully, we will acquire our private hall and secretariat. He also threw more light. He spoke on in the meeting with the senior officers. He was asked to explain the meaning of the word Igbo. And after a few hours, he was informed that there is a Nigerian that presented himself to them that he is the one and only head of the Nigerian community recognized in Malaysia by every Nigerian citizens for any problems and situations involving any Nigerian citizens residing presently in Malaysia. He was also informed that the declared figures given by the Nigerian ambassadors of Nigerians residing at Malaysia is totaled to be 9,000, while the Igbos numbers to 7,000 presently. Igbo Kwenu!
Yeah.
The Igbos number to 7,000 presently residing in Malaysia, and the other minority groups numbered 2,000 are Hausas and Yorubas with other diversified races. So in divisions, the Igbos have greater numbers and as well supposed to be given more preference and grants to them. The acting vice president opened his speech by thanking the president using his long speech by explaining scenarios and situations surrounding the Igbo Union. He told the General House that the security personnel of the country said they are ready to help us, while we should be ready to help ourselves. And to help ourselves also regarding crime and activities within the metropolis involving Igbos and residents living in Malaysia, in bracket, Igbos. He also spoke that for no reason whatsoever should there be oppression, that's raiding, bracket, by the authorities, jumping off condos, through windows should not be attempted by our members. He also said they advised every Igbo resident in Malaysia that are not legally up to date to endeavor and try to revalidate their residence, student pass, marriage pass, business pass, expatriate pass in bracket or in general. He advised that we should assist ourselves and make sure we are valid to reside in Malaysia to avoid any problems that will occur while here without valid documentations. He also spoke on how important it is for every member to comport ourselves, coordinate ourselves, both at home and in public places. The acting president also spoke on the reason why Section 10 in our constitution needs to be scrapped and erased totally from the constitution as a result of Malaysia being controlled by the king of Malaysia in bracket, and his position supersedes any other title or traditional ruler presently in Malaysia. Kalopi asked if the 7 names for registration purpose are to be picked from the executives or the general house. The president assured him that the executives will take care of that. Playmaker made a suggestion that there is need for the Igbo Union to expand our territories to other places, Kepong, Cheras, Sedang and other districts, for it is necessary for smaller districts to be formed so as to help Igbos residing around that axis. The acting president answered him that with time we will come to that race, and he encouraged members to inform other prospective members through social media like Facebook page so as to present themselves to Igbo Union and attend our meetings. Kalopi spoke on the need for our WhatsApp to be sensitized via messages that are being shared by activities related to the Igbo Union and not a forum for fun and callous play activities, jokerized mediocrity, thereby flagging the union as fun WhatsApp forum platform. Emeka Udefunwa from Ezeagu Local Government, Enugu State, spoke while he was in Nigeria and heard of the Igbo Union. He was happy and pleased. While he tried to register a group at Malaysia, he was referred to go and meet the President General representing Africa in Malaysia. I read again. While he tried to register a group at Malaysia, he was referred to go and meet the President General representing Africa in Malaysia. He spoke on the need for all Igbos to be in unity, to be united as one. He tried registering Enugu State Union and was surprised that the head of the African Union, which they claim to be, was not an Igbo indigene. In population, he said, we are higher, but why being treated as minorities? He said, after residing in Malaysia for 13 years with 3 kids, he has been through various situations and hurdles while living in Malaysia. So he asked all Igbos to live in peace and unity and embrace brotherhood. Obinna Okorike from Imo State, Aba, spoke on the need for us to coordinate ourselves. There is need for there to be a procedure and procedures from the beginning to the end of the meeting. So less questions will be asked by new members and as well old members to make sure they don't bring us back to the issues discussed previously. He suggested that next time we are having our general meeting, the provost should take charge of the floor. No side distractions, 2 aside discussions, all should be avoided for the betterment and growth of the union. So things said would be clearly heard, debated, discussed in a comfortable atmosphere. He also spoke of him being in support of the executives and their input so far up to date. The acting vice president Izu assured that all the members that coordinated measures will be implemented towards having a better meeting procedures, and also assured that multitasking activities will be enforced, thereby a desk separately for dues and registration while other activities would go on. Collins Obuneme, a member of Igbo Union that lost his mother, informed the union that he will officially invite the Igbo Union for the waykeeping process and let us know. Amara Chris spoke on the need for multitasking setup to be implemented during our meeting time, so as this was agreed before now, so it has to be implemented. Mr. Ralph Benjamin spoke and suggested that new members should be granted 2 months of dues payment instead of the 7 months backlog payment system. While the acting president assured him that those not interested to pay the backlog dues to become a member, better they stay at home and not become a member of the Igbo Union. The vice president now told the House that this will be looked into judiciously by the executives and the general members will be informed on the outcome in our next meeting. Mr. Fidelis Amana spoke on accurate timings to be written on minutes, notes, beginning of minutes, times, etc., etc. He threw more light on the need for the office of the provost to be assisted by an assistant provost during our general meetings. Okorafor Emmanuel Johnson moved motion for adjournment of the meeting at 8:45 p.m. and was seconded by Amarachukwu. And the closing prayers was said by Akataka, and the meeting came to an end at 8:55 p.m. on 30th of July 2016. Igbo kwenu?
Yeah.
Ndigbo, ekene m unu. Biko onye ọbụla gee ntị. Ị na-abịa meeting steady n'Igbo Union. Ihe ha na-achụ n'ikwu question. The first day bịara. Gbaa mbọ gee anyị kwuru ya the other time. Expenses niile a na-ekwu emere. Right from the time we began Igbo Union, about 3 months now, around November, the mother of Igbo Union is going 1 year. We have been managing. A few months gave it toward the money. Before, toward that money, and when they worked out their time and money, and when they push it. Last executive meeting I went yesterday, I spent almost 2 hours. And one of the things I discussed about it's time to upgrade. Only open again to Ofuma. I need to upgrade based on the reason from the Igbo Union. Only open again. From the Igbo Union. Reason from the Igbo Union. Vision from the Igbo Union. Can get places as number 1. Every other thing will follow. Almost 1 year now, but I use it as it create awareness. Wasara Igbo Union. All that now we're not here now, man, the reason we form Igbo Union. You get it. Only open and get it now. Because most of the things from now on, get a man. I got one boy in it, ne claim, ne blame, ne vision and the amount of guy in the came regi. Ogenye vision and so book or make I na ganihu. Igbo Union would the only union na this country in Malaysia. Madu chupu kere nwe hiki kuroto sino nyewa formre ya. Igbo Union a formre ya based on mbo IG nwuru anyị na-apụta a na-ekwu okwu bido tuwe ego ka amara ọta ga-esi wee help ka enwe ike buru ozu IG. Mgbe anyị bịaziri close with ndị obodo, anyị wee chọpụtazie that na due to na IG nụrụ onye isi ana automatically says the law onye isi ana enweghị ka a ga-esi wee release ere anya or less my anya bụ union. I'm going to Ghana. That is the only reason that we form Igbo union. And can I because so one on Jewezi Jedenia present your one as a union. Yeni na need. Auto nice we choya ndo obodo back here. That's why all the here Basra IGT be very successful. And can we opportunity we gbakwa onye ọbụla. As long as you know onye Malay n'obodo a, onye isi ya na ka ịbụ. And onye isi ya na nwụọ or two a day or two ka na-eme. So here you know that now we're able to set the record straight. Because anyway something like this happen as I wanna have I am one reference. No, you know, so that is the vision, and that vision is all about he present in the Malaysia. Nine Ndigbo. Every other thing was second. And since I would have like our Facebook like he had grown a minute now. Ndi not in position to change. Do I put it in this way? More the power. He decides something about you as a foreigner. As we are talking today, few of them can openly mention the word Igbo. Or Igbo Union. I know the word Igbo before. Igbo Union is all about if they are close to Ndigbo obodo. Most of our people know here when the bigger bureau almost 10 years or more than 10 years. If you know about 10 years, you zo for 10 years. So it has times 2 or 20 years. So he get busy in obodo na obodo gi for 20 years. So that's why I see. You also bro, I am Tawazi and Ndigbo in Malaysia. And that is why if you are within this month of August, apart from Reading, this is the only month Ndigbo celebrate stupidity in Oboda. I'm sorry to use this word because a lot of them is confused. Here you were Malaysia. If one group of people in a present zone to Umunegi, Ndigina had in Malaysia. And so Gary Ndinozo Bodi Brand, Yakaka Hagisimana. However, Igbo Union, we are focusing. Indo Boda on a standard cultural organization. I only need to follow Facebook Igbo Union. I want to post the other time. There is opportunity for everything. Culture as only Igbo. Make again mama, show whatever at the right time. Any opportunity, present here. Each rent stadium, each walk on Kendi government in our work. Here they slow here down here was a registration now because like we said. Igbo Union is all about Ndigbo in Malaysia, and in Malaysia, Ndigbo. Every Makandieke. Every not now, midnight and now. Ndeke Mane never na name meeting. I'm not got a hand. Any meeting over there, Ndeke one idea. Because I have a lawyer already. I'm going to go to where they say, now. Take this information very carefully. Igbo Union, the West security meeting within there once a month. I won't carry phone on Facebook. In case I invite them to introduce. I can meet once in a month. In a few days, I meet. We spend almost 2 hours. I need 3 weeks here. If you only say one of his boys were there. They want to help us. And when I have meeting with them, I know good problem. They keep on asking us. There is no the problem. I go see her. I want to have. I want to go. Only there. I see him know that nobody to throw you now. But I go. I ain't trying Ndigbo. No, before the next don't know for the Jew you can have mapka. But the more they buy the giant there. One advantage of Igbo Union. I'm calculate it. I'm one shot. And we see me na puchona. Onye ke gwara anyị. Apart from meeting them a few days ago, there are chances by now I'm a because they have been monitoring that place for months. Neck MTO, onye ke na gwani. Now we see we see that place. Now they have been monitoring that place. But I know what I want is corona. This is Joe. You see what I want. Or so easy can whoever. I wait because any of the location, see that people now just normally see maybe only those whatever no more. Igbo Union have saved that shop because all the he had a boo way butchaya. He gonna feel that the Malaysia boo is what ready. Because when I see Gaba, he put a man 10 or 15. In a advantage Igbo Union and Hammer one by one. In our fear. Like I said, you can't know nobody. It's an anti-nobody in there. Ever see a man in there. What are the mentality they are? A lot of our people, not already, never carry noise naga. Most of them be very confused. Some of them need to serve in Naruna Nigeria. He's about on Ibrahim, nothing, nothing. Each year was a guy named Malaysia. This is the vision of Igbo Union. He presented Ndigbo a natural email in the outward is what of Rona line, Rona front. When something doing because like meeting Ndigbo bossa. Onye ka do business card is where the gonna card problem solved. We want to take this store. So we want those people card had the ready run up front. I want to make business before maybe when cause we don't know here. I hear can my system now no with that place. Not a good why. Then I got school, I'll go ahead and go to my run a line. Oh, the system I get used to. Here, Basara, since in Brado, oh, as a foreigner, I get without what. Ndigbo in the Brado is classified under one generation. Because the second generation of only born a second one. So here from one generation, and that generation they will ask questions. Now, when ending on the bani Noboda, I'm watching what is happening. Noise, most of them noise they see side happen that much. But I want to say this word of wisdom. In when kiss your Ogbuefi or Malaysia, Malaysia. My reply in Kenwo or Makin Nigeria, Kijibori Malaysia. Always two forward question. I'm not going to the one year hotel when you or when you're sitting on your tour, on your no Nabibia. We are not here to judge another person's personal life, but what in a situation that in the next 10 or 15 years, Malaysia will not recognize what Omazia Hamor, Ndibani, Mokin and Wanyamor. So I can just get the opportunity if I see Malaysia again, we don't see what union. Because some na art na best that na obrego ko abro nwi ya no mu ya dawa. Ndi Yoruba ne, ndi Hausa ne, ekumi here na the last meeting. Within the space of 6 months or 1 year. Program ndi Yoruba get made oboda. Ah? E ga fear. Me na the only see her a few days ago. He just said it, but me and their own is more easier because hem the culture of no one only see. Only obene soria. Aha, yogi biko. You want an option or a part of their culture. Now, meeting I made yesterday, certain things I'm more upgrade. All these few things I'm grown now. When you're already confused, but it's in easy. If from meeting executive agent about them now, can present there in Malaysia, or working with Makia Wejeba. So that, and you got for more of that, may God the more help. Because every Igbo you know now, without any 1 cent model. We want a situation whereby in the world no run office ya one day Igbo Union Ojenia sino ndi Ndigbo Igbo Union grow here enwere mbogeru umuaza enwere po ogba friends ya also ya onye Hausa onye Yoruba mo ndi Malaysia Chinese na papia woni Igbo ojo ya ka ewu ndi Igbo osisi amuru nobere nube maka Igbo Union ngwa bia jeba. Oh, your father Igbo, I know already. All standard there. So, most adjustment I actually men are only open again very well. Only open sorry but Igbo Union. You need was here to group before. I can take care one by one. Only open again. Ne record off man. Ebia. Like I am going there can we now yeah, if that expenses are now every day, you just need to give us a token of 100 ringgit.
As registration?
Yes. We don't call it registration, token couple. 100 ringgit only. And once it goes in it other than that month every other thing I name auto and one problem open a book that we check here. A book we keep in yes a few days that here you post so here we have get all company place go and like our Facebook and follow what we are doing or put a book and do to that the guy know we are the up to date. All not the up to date. You get half of that post on our Facebook or standard. So if you're not those people are outside. And there is an calculator or a war educator so can. So he better now. That day better. A drop or a 100 ringgit follow. Guy number 1. Number 2, our Facebook now. In the for that now. Ndi buying when something doing. I be the from Igbo Union and a post. Or Buru show can Igbo Union need a Photoshop. And we help Otu Akie now. Only open up with a call her. Ubosi email upgrade can go there. I can get a factory. Now we have opened up this area. Only more bona Emma when something on the middle of that. One open up, one no Igbo Union. I get and when I Ghana, but actually says something original. And one I see about Nanka. I know I get Jack I West said. Continue on Facebook because that thing I didn't open my canyon. I don't know when I'm not here, I'm waiting day. When you want something. All from the Malaysia because like I said, all that tribe is working. He present you anyone I walk, but due to that now, Ndigbo, the more and when something doing. Yeah, format anyone who might will beat a lot of people because some of the Malaysia they use so fast and figure. So on ọbụna onye Igbo nwere something doing obodo ibido something cool down manage ihe ị na-eme but once it ha na sambod Igbo Union na this year enwe ha set ị na-atụ etinye Igbo na Facebook ka na account the second people bụ as far as Igbo onye Igbo mmụọ nwa n'obodo abụ onye Malaysia I need the picture nwa na nna ya ka etinye ya na Facebook anyị that na ọwụ onye Igbo nwụrụ onye dị otu a enweghị ka a na nna ya. And finally enyemaka na enyere onye Ndigbo Union everything remain the same. Inwe problem Igbo Union ga-abịa but the little changes emerable now we encourage everybody in the Igbo Union. I'm with friends, I'm with family, everybody. And my problem, may in such a way that na neighbor gombo ni wurike. On the disregard, Igbo Union will call a meeting like this. Igbo Union will call a meeting like this. It was a 1 year with a problem. Over Lambo, they don't know meeting. Now, the way here for on. Go to the members again, Yaka. You only open a gap when you're 1 Yaka software. Here was a boss of Ndigbo won't with that type of problem. Like I said, Ndapo okay, 1 year to trap total. But because it is in a home, it transfer your anger and frustration to another person not aware. Can you why you manage well? We will call meeting. Get one body when you can after one incident done in Malaysia. You want body when you can. One meeting. It decide yeah. What I guess you were ever gave you. So we want one love. Igbo Union. One of that vision is strength. Like I said. I registered Igbo Union. I get office. I get our building. Things I work on. Vision I put is all about. I get Igbo Museum. All these cultural activities. I get Malaysia give you the opportunity like every other person, but because they have a system, you must walk through a system or borrow magic. Magic in of course. The man only see a was me and Ebu. The only thing that I ain't by Ego. So in a 1 year, magic it doesn't make sense to him. Only go up on the rapport that I could choose confusion. Gini na Malaysia. Eba ha na echi here akita na. Ndi mi galand the other place now. Mmadu ne gesi we eba na ya. Listen. Like I said, obunya wa gebu so because this thing is creating a lot of confusion in our community. Onya bad plan about today. The first investment okay in Malaysia we did Gorombara. The next one, Ogbuefi I'm not chief. So because history is going to judge us in the next 20 years, whatever. In a salon was going to Malaysia, in Kalijiko Wonka, one get Jack or it's again on YouTube, Papa Bia, the Igbo Union, a bet, So, mother not confused. On your humble, here was up, on your home here. I will bring the I in and with go. I put in a meeting yesterday because I'm not know what I can with go. Or who with a problem, it wasn't a phone, it's in a garden hoganaka. Because a go drinking web plus someone in the Ndigbo Union like agitated. Among whatever naga, web plus someone is in the Ndigbo Union agitated here. And we emergency or suddenly I walk up. Kayara do to the wine, you know, down my sian and men over that. Only a J. Coro, Now go got home. A man and create since 4 years ago. He said not gonna want to because and when you went there, even when we kiss when all the one got that in bar or Igbo Union. Even when we kiss when there are chances name we cannot off emergency. So why he go to Naka? He wants some money. Igbo Union again use here. Listen, the money they go where this one were sort of bond in since the reggae. Can't every day. It's when you go, Jenny and want to go every day. You see, Igbo Union. Now, finally, Igbo business. Igbo business. And my young people, mayor with Igbo Union. And any business operation of him, say for Tony Guinea business. Because somebody will complain. I took the picture and I see here. Here was what a problem. Because you want a situation whereby when you have problem with somebody, or we picture in our Facebook, Union. So actually means such a way that now any business guy wanna do it, food, say okay, cannot do okay. I can forget us. You want the reason why you make us avoid. Whatever it is the case, I don't even they discuss so only as in they got the was okay, at least it's on you what it is a way we walk was it. Come on every time and I call police and I call I'll call it or what did I go back up Here was kidnapping and how go do. I ain't chasing the opportunity to get kidnapped or so opposite guy actually go where now. I ain't chasing the opportunity or the opportunity. And when I case you one of our brother or no Ndigbo Union, but on that cause only get come mad or a few days buried Ndigbo Union. Where was Syria? Only them for here. Here you were, but the guy idea, even on the banner. Where cover him. So here you were put a bow, can't track the boy, but only them for Kawatara. No, not to take advantage that Namakana. No one I know you put out real here. No name general report. Abram when you see a warrior, this is what happened about this particular case. Oh, what? Because was no kidnap. That now we don't have problem. Now general report was that is the only thing. The case is here. I some warrior. Mbako was everything. I was able to break the whole thing down. Even though his boys can really jail, can have their jaw a good or something like that, on that level. But so he understood. Look at what happened. Even to the extent that was wow, get a device here, go munai. I'm not looking at him. So maybe I did the case and we keep the Igbo Union again. He helped in a team and I made with the Igbo Union. And before getting here, made deal. Same picture, any case in Biaba, the first person I got to get a picture on that, he went here, I walk on out. Again, the moon.
Business. Oh, you know, Igbo Union. Oh, you know, Igbo Union.
Oh, you know, Igbo Union. We know Igbo Union.
Okay, Igbo Union.
As long as Igbo.
Igbo Union, that's it.
Yes. Because when you like based on at least yeah, Igbo upgrade and like that. Then no, on Facebook I know if you check it. So for all those things, at least I am going to respect and age them. Eke Kulu say na only Igbo only on the age there now. Once of only Igbo. I join only Igbo no Igbo Union. Also, Manamaki to the no more. Anya Biapada. The other. because I'm a batch no longer on Igbo Union honor, then there must be something on our hand. Men or be around join Igbo Union. One day, now. We hear I na fight in the last meeting in Deke. I na fight in the last meeting I did. So on your low, you have 1 year.
Nkokuru now. Iwu ichi me big boy again. May you a big boy. And when I force you give people, you know, respect to women. But I want my brugi. Jogging on the Igbo Union. A sitting on the Igbo Union. I got okay verify ya. Huh? Better that day that now go away figure is so. Where J verify me on the Igbo Union. That day kick a man up. I had no way for no broken name. Ni who get a man working, you was what a criminal. And that opportunity can need you see from that place in our Nigeria. So, like he came in don't worry, all over Nigeria what he says. We are looking for the opportunity. Can the call anything? No.
No problem. MGT to Ogbuefi. And MGT na Ogbuefi. Ogbuefi, with all due respect, I talk am ke marapala and they don't want you buy. And you want to go on the Nobuda. Maka ina-ekwu okwu esi ndị nụrụ nwanyị Malaysia ha weta picha nwa na-etinye ọ picha nwa ma ọ dị mmebara ebe a Igbo mammal. Igbo mammal. I will Ndigbo. And the Ataraji Atarede. Onye ọbụla nwere ka o si wedere ya. Awo onye buputezi nke ya. Ọ dịzị ka so my brothers, yem na-ekwukwe unu na-eme unu amara na anyị nwanyị nwekwe ndị jiri Igbo ngo wee lụta nwa wee bịa. Any benefit in the long way of Buddha and water. I don't want.
That is the reason why Ibia meeting in Maka. All the motors were where because I'm a buru. Uchi Henina. Here Basara, Ndagi with the picture. Nke weziokwu that na ndị be anyị nụrụ ndị be anyị n'obodo amụta nwa n'obodo a anyị reached agreement that na onye ọbụla ga-esu ya mana adị m sorry that na kịta m present ya anya anyị jigodiga ịmana anyị nidiri anyị chọbụdo ipu ndị mụtara nwa ndị obodo a recognize godere evidence thank you Obi because ọ ka mma na o kwupụtara ya ebe a because ọ bụrụ na ọ pụọ ekwezi ọhụzi asịrị ka a na-akụ that's why na-ekwukwu n'Igbo Union anyị need ihe asịrị any question jụọ a ga-asa gị ya ọ bụghị otu anyị si chee ya ka ọ dị picture anyị na-etinye n'Igbo Union akpụ n'ọhịa akpụ na anọ n'ebe anyị ọ mụtara ụmụ n'ebe anyị akpụ jụọ ha Ogbuefi ọkpọkwara gị sị gị weta picture nwa gị ka etinye ya n'Igbo Union Facebook na onye na-agwụ ya for your brother that na enwu ụbọchị emere ya n'ọsọ ndị nọrọ nwanyị Malaysia exactly correct ya so na onye na-akwụ ya abụghị m akpụ si ya send ya ịma na here something ebidoro ọfụọ so a na-akpọ but ebe emeziri ya open now because that time there is a confusion that na on Igbo Union already so ndị mmadụ na-adụ azụ so now he send their picture nwa gị ha ga-ede that na onye dị otu a mụrụ onye dị otu a na Malaysia.
One in Malaysia.
Another what I hear all these pictures biko send there. But on our phone send ke picture nwa will give what they send with your own picture. Another what I mean. Awu ha konwe gị ka anyị na-ekwu. nwunye need ihu nwunye gị send ya na ọgụ nwamụrụ onye a orukwere gị send ihu nwunye gị there is no problem. Listen, a na-achọ ka agbara ihe a ka a ghara ị na-enwe confusion nke nke a ga-ese ndị so ma nwaanyị ma nwoke ma ụmụ send ya a ga-etinye n'Igbo Union. The only one anyị ga-apụta bịa see picture a na-ese bụ mgbe na get the picture a na-ese has nothing to do with onye Malaysia ka onye Malaysia. Sample na aha gị dị na business a we ama even anyị achọghị dị kia ma ọ gị nwa 100%. As far as that na even the self ọ bụrụ na ị na-aga school gọọmenti ọ bụrụ na ị na-aga school weta ego nye onye obodo onye arụ that business iwuko owner i mere invest na that business I need hapụ maka shareholder owner ka na-egodu asụ onye nwere owe ego ọhụụ anyị ga-ede aha gị Malaysia asụ maka na iwu student ibutezi ego ị gaghị enye nwe mmadụ ka ọrụ ọrụ gị business ihe dị mkpa wụ that na your visa agaghị agwara ntị ga-apụta ebe ahụ ọrụ nwere n'onwe gị ama m nụkọta na-ekwu as far as that na ego gị dị na any business nwere sandboard kwa anyị ga-esi ya ọgụ ma ga-edefend kwa n'ihe as simple as that. Ama m udodo
biko enwe okwu acting chairman kwuru nchọrọ ka ntinye ọnụ maka a na-anaghịkwa n'ihe gbasara ego ọ na-adị mma n'oge ebe a kwuru maka registration ndị ọfụ ha made meeting conclude ọ bụrụ 100 ringgit so mụ a wee na-ekwoto my own listing a na-asị na this 100 ringgit a o pekwe m mpe for that token about registration token ahụ o pere mpe na 100 ringgit because enwe ndị bịarụ last week ha akwụgo almost 500 300 abịazie ndị ọhụrụ abịa kwa 100 ringgit a na-ekwuzi maka ndị nke bido dị meeting tete so another thing chọkwara ikwu na meeting bụ ka elebara anya then enwekwenye ihe dị otu a ka ghara conclude an executive ebutekwe naanị maka ndị wata ịkwụrụ ọnụ before na conclude ya ndebara kele nwunye
Igbo kwenu na iyi red and red denja bụrụ oge ọma m ka ị na-eme eme biko ọtachịgịchị ihe iwu takwara ọkụ ọ na-eweli iwe na ya conclude ya like that anyway but ọha nwa eze na-achọ a abụọ na-emekwe ọnọsọ na o pere mpe nsogbu adịghị aka ga-emegharị ya but anyị nwere reason anyị ji wee mee we want to carry everybody along ka ọ ghara iwe olu echi so na ịchọkwa na irejista Igbo Union na mana ọ na anyị na ego etiri ihe a by then you no excuse maka ihe anyị jikwa wee mee anyị na-consider based on past this scenario because mgbe ekwu monthly dues and I drag ya for more than 3 months before go to for 10 or for 5 or for 30 so ya jikwa wee mee ka ọ na-adịrị onye ihu na onye azụ mfe because all fingers are not equal. Enwere ndị nwere ike inwe mmụọ ịbata mana ha bịa pịkọ na 100 ringgit rụkwa 10,000 naira 200 ringgit 20 mba ha agakwa otu a na ndị be anyị ọ gaghị anọ ebe ama so ụmụnne m biko abụrụ na ọ nọ sị na a ga-ezugokwa ya ma ihe a na-eme ọ dịrị onye ihu na onye azụ mma so that enwe onye ya asị na ọ dị too much ma ọ dịrị ya too much ọ mma onye jigo wee conclude ya to last week ọ nwere ka esi wee nwee ya last month eme ya ọ dịkwa ya apụta okwu asị nwanyị ji emezi aya asịzi hold on na anyị ahazi ya so ọ ya mụkwana ya ji eme ya mekwa ya ka ọ dị mma mana biko mmadụ ahụchu na ndụ onye nwee ihe ọ ji okwu ya bụ abụ na ọ sọpọtụrụ na ọ gaa na 100 ọ na-asọpọtụ aka na ọ na-asọpọtụ ọ na-ekwuzi ego na ahịa ya mmadụ ahụchu na ndụ
obere ihe m chọrọ ikwu ọnwa maka isi hapụ ihe m chọrọ ikwu na ebe a na-enwe ọgbakọ nghọtahie na-awụkarị nsogbu so n'ihe gbasara ego mmefu ọ na-adị mma ka a na-akpụ ya afa ka o doo onye ọbụla anya maka ujebe na akaụntụ onwe ya na-akpọ masịnos nwere ihe wụ basic expenditure those basic expenditure can never be overlooked. So, Ota Igbo Union na ya na o kwesịrị ego ọbụla ebefuru 1,000 acquire. Then they get it below 500 and they are under miscellaneous. Here number our secretary na come at ego si we dey lo. O nwere mgbe uru ementa mumu ma dey ka o go si dị. Mana ka o si ede ka e wetara na nwere onye otu anyị ekeji anyị tiri ego wee gwupụta. Ọ bifere ya ọ bụ onye ọbụla na-ebe a ma na onwe onye ekeji Igbo dị n'ọnọ gara agbapụ. Before ọ na-eme ejide mmadụ akọkọ epi ikpere 100 200 atụkọsị ego ihe ọ bụla atụtara ewere je gbapụta mmadụ. Obi dị moto na nke a bịara onwe onye akpọrọ na fon ama ya ka na akpa je ewere gbapụta mmadụ anyị bịa. So ụdị ha eme etudos bụrụ advantage of us na anyị nwere ego eji gbapụta mmadụ mana kọwara ndị Igbo n'ọgụ kọwara ndị ụlọ na ọgwụ ego ka etiri aka je were gbapụta ọnya na ego ụlọ ọgwụ ya mere onwe onye kpọrọ na fon ka o weta iri ndị ete ka akpọ mmadụ isi biko na maka mgbe ọzọ anyị si ka m tie ọnụ.
Ihe mere eziokwu ka ikwu biko ọ ma dịka anyị kwuru na nkwa bifo na anyị ga na-eme ihe iyi na ọ na-aga n'anya na o nwere oge Igbo yi na ọya wuru ibu na ọ nwere nwere ụmụnna anyị enwe problem ọ na ya ha ma emechazi ya gwa ụlọ onye akpọta ya ụtụ aha ya wụ Ogbonna obi na Kudra Padana ha dị tara ya eburu oke ya dị ya ha dị tara eburu mana goso kind ọsọ ya nwapụtara abi ndị bụ ndị ọzọ na-anaba anyị na so ọkwa ihe na ọ treta ha ringgit ka eji wee gbapụta ya ma ọ na ọhịa ihe iji pụta 11,000 ringgit but ihe Igbo Union for people from our account 500 first eji wee gawa ogbe eji wee dịbụ ndị ga-akwụchi onye dịbụ ha na-akpụ afọ because onye na-eme ha dị transfer OBJ ya na o wetachara onye ga enye 500 ringgit first time then ya nwapụtazie after his expenses 11,000 Igbo Union na-ekwu egwu na ha 5 to make it 3,000 ya nwapụchiri bil ndị ọzọ ama m na ọ ga-edo onye ọbụla Amanda then another one the 1,500 maka one of our member kwa akataka ndị immigration bụ ya ma akwụkwọ ya for 1,500 ka eweta akwụkwọ ya anyị enye ya 1,500 ọ mbiri ka o mere dịka egburu ya o biri ebiri and shọtụ ya Steven Totomila so which ọ ga-akwụghachi mgbe na-adịghị anya mmadụ akwụkwọ.
So anyway, from our last breakdown, the last expenditure I made was 500 for executive expenses, which we are not here now, which is for security monthly. And then I have 100 ringgit call card, which totals down to 600 ringgit. Then after that, on calling, after that one, on behalf of Ogbonna, Anye Totomila, 1,500. On behalf of Akataka, sorry, Anye Toto, 1,500 ringgit. Loan, in quote, from Igbo Union Post Direct, but in borrow, which will be paid back. Then one of our members also, Obina Kudra Padana, a problem or something like that. That is Ogbonna. Refund of 2,500 ringgit was given to him. Igbo Kwenu. And then the last burial, that's the burial I got last for one of our members. The waykeeping, sorry. The guy the up to date, so entitlement all received from our bursary was 500 ringgit. And then our executive meeting with the venue and the expenditure for item 7 was 940 ringgit. Then presently today, now 700 ringgit it cost us. Then security expenditure for Ndeke just how they are aware I know ever. So because I can say a very shameful thing for Igbo Union. As the guy there for meeting finish, I don't know meeting now, and they can they are here, some people will begin the run. So all just because of that purpose, But open say or they unnecessary, it could be revisited or looked into. It is left for the general house. So brought forward total expenditure, it brings it down to that 7,545 ringgit. Minus from our close balance of last month, which is 17,061 ringgit. Total available cash in purse is 9,516 ringgit. Igbo kwenu?
Commander. Ndigbo kere mo. Order.
Ebe butulu token. Not on a registration to 100. Absentee, I'm 100 ringgit.
Eworo yoko di mpa.
Biko nye chọrọ ikwu maka okwu mbinye ego. Biko aka na-ayọ si ebinyezikwana maka onye biri na onye shọti nwere ike ileche ama mfa na biko si ebinyezi maka enwere ndị otu anyị nwe nsogbu nke mekwere mbọsị a kpọọ na fonu ka ebiri ego ọdọwa ọgụ nweta ndị nke nweta nsogbu kpọkwa enye ndị nke ahụ ego ka ọ ghara ịga one side si ebinyezi na biko ndị be anyị ekele m
Biko 1 minute. Jidogode nigga 1 minute. Like ihe gallop kwuru now. You kwuru dey correct. Onye nke nọ n'ime ewejere a support with 25. Were 500 ije na onye biri. Ihe a bụ ihe anyị ji wanye mgbe m bidoro okwu as in since 1 year we did a lot of sacrifice, right? So nke ọ na-ekwuzi na wo I combine ya with nke m kwuburu that na from now on anyị ga-efesizi vision Igbo Union, ihe gbasara constitution and everything, ihe gbasara legislation anyị. So in terms of mmadụ nwezie problem ọba ebe a m kụziri onye ahụ gba mbọ na o nwere ike anyị fụ that na ọha nke ya nọ n'ọpụta ngwụ akpọ meeting onye ọbụla apụta amara the nature of the problem, mara ego na dị involved, mara ego na ọgbarịtara ndị Igbo Union ọbụla apụta wee nyere onye ahụ aka iwu that na as far as na Igbo Union a ga-enyere ya aka. So every other thing emeburu before is classified under India where push our name. This guy agbara ticket. The last money there in Aka was 3,050 ringgit. And with 3,000 ringgit in Igbo Union, more is here, and with a fraction of ringgit to get more is going and complete here. Because then they would know how that I would go 3,050 ringgit where I always say that Igbo Union once said that. So we have did a lot of sacrifice. But in manner, only with a problem. And when he was on, it's a natural thing. That's why I said, in a Sibia, it's like just try to understand that now. Although Sogiwa Kagenaka, Egana to also Sogiman at here. You were breaking equal Macana needed to be that morning. When I put that Egan and you never bring those or to Rian, get to a question like Ota Gamapusiaju. So we want to be reasonable. And when you know, if you know 100 years. Again, Igbo Union aka, but ekwekwana that aka ha ga-enyere gị ka edo nozie chewezie that na ihe ji wee form say Igbo Union owo onye eke kwụsịrị ọkwa Igbo Union our division aka a na-enyebu enye ifuru account ifuru ọkwa ego anyị natara based on that na foundation Igbo Union like I na see when we na business vision of Igbo Union ego onye nyere ya ego on here today osi ego nyere Igbo Union awu gbe ke to tra ke ji run all these things. Imagine okay that one will be 12,000 so which means All no way again at now. One set, if you man near, where I can get you here. So we have to be reasonable enough. Igbo Union we present in the Malaysia and Ndigbo. I form Igbo Union. Now, charity organization. As a union, you have to help your members. That is the reason why money get you help everyone at the Igbo Union. I am tabu, and when he changing in the Madaka, but you have to be reasonable this time in a call. Again,
We work a lemon. Our acting president, order. That one I am now talk our constitution. No like a man is right. No like a man by Ainaga. If you know the time, I'm no constitution like a attack lawyer, men adopt. When all our matter do's, Yaga, men, I so now I person secret call, I got I Saba, I have and one agenda. When you man on guard, Jacka, no, I had to draw different stories from all angles. So, now the cool, that I got one book. Man adopt our constitution. Goya, when I go a treat here, the house a man adopt. You know that we have started. But without that, and what I want to do now. I want to have none. The work of them. Oh, dear.
This is of my Fugamaka. You have a better brought a very nice. Yeah, but I have a position. I have my brother. I'll do to. I want to listen up to the very trouble. Matter how much I the update. The the constitution, everybody is agree. I have to say, when you have like a check, you have a mistake. When you have here today, or why? Because I want to have today. When I to I measure I can't so I will so here any correction. Based on some errors in spelling and other things. And another one rather minus or one page based on HG. Yeah, so I have the correction last week. Then the final week we will move to now. I was just the one any objection or correction then I carry out. So likely next meeting our constitution card so I have it there. There are people in terms of say I want to go here maybe you can't but I have to be so good mother. I have to go there to mother. So the immigration so as an hour for 1,500 I said, what's a new one? So now. I want to now after I put on our yeah, I said, I'm an immigration game. How my immigration now, ever immigration, I have one police. Ever immigration, they nice night and guide ourselves. Ever immigration, I have to take on our city. I said, I have to be a guy because not only so that was you. Now I'm not to me like it. Which another put I am ready
sorry, my police I want one meeting up from here. Yes, I meeting so how many people are required? My case is put up here with other people than 1 night. I don't want to go some of them with no problem.
Constitutional review. And it worked today at one whole meeting. And they had the period.
I am moving the motion that issue to here to next meeting. And in the next meeting now, you video from here.
The only constitution can you
But let it be one of the main things I make this next meeting. Because for over 1 year now, yeah, the people will be there. The next meeting, let's move to
next meeting I have for review our constitution. With some other errors and another thing now, because we never get on it. Because Playmaker may have a fear to keep out. Because Emma asked you to buy it's like now everybody now and I have been saying if I got everything can issue. Oh yeah, when you yes, Jabba would do where I'm born. You don't you want after all, before you go in, man, I went to solve. I was a guitar. When you went to Yabba, then I'll buy any men. I was there, no one goes to read it. So, you know, not as a man, I am the mother. I am by then, not an apple. I will put up a man of the so, you got to go where he has now. I have a long way to go. Call your friends, call me. You want to make they go there. Now, so I have the mother and because one of my heart now. Because yeah, one of that our brother. Okay, constitution. I don't know. Also, I have been going on. I had an official invitation to the wakekeeping of his late mom. So I managed to wear the hair. I am ready to wear Nicola his right. Giant 500 again. I had a seat. So yeah, on my Abano on and they were one that back to Gankan and I got officially because now I got over both I got officially then he was at the Mugunji that Gunji. You know, but I lost I can man and I didn't act. Good women and the Apollino, Tapana, when I'm Igbo in your that was the human. The boy on a high people for you. That was good. Yeah, and I say, I tell you, boy, on a Kodala of Manaha Jesus.
Ndigbo kwen. Asala ebugide mmanya okwu. Ana m asị nwanne anyị nwoke wetarala anyị mmanya maka wakekeeping mama ya. A na-asị na mmanya ga-erutego ebe o kwesịrị ka ọ bịa. And eji m aka na anyị niile nabatara mmanya n'eziokwu akwa ya. And ihe gbasiri ije mmanya na-eje na ọ ga-awụ ije ọma n'aha Jizọs. Ana m asị hello, ana m asị mmanya anyị ga-aṅụ ya ṅụrụ ahụ isi ike, anyị ga-aṅụ ya ṅụrụ ndụ ogologo, ọgwụ a ga-akpa anyị ndị eke, ndị imigreshọn, ndị osimi ama mfụ anyị. Igbo Union ga-adịgidekwe anyị niile ala Malaysia, mana ọ ka dịkwa ya ka m na-ayọ n'aha Jizọs.
Galop, side unu dị noisy. Onye na-coordinate ebe a.
Biko, next time a na-eme ihe mmụọ
biko ya gazekwe n'aha Jizọs. Ala Malaysia ṅụrụ mmanya.
I will give Ndigbo sky to better now. Because we may meet in an way to walk now. Papa did I not line up by the teacher now, Jesus. Everyone can dinner about to be a waka by now, Jesus. If I tell him, Papa, make a chibula, a choma, then that I am a funny vessel now, Jesus Christ. Ndigbo Pen. How are you?
Sister